Hello, this is Dave, and welcome to Equity Story. It's good to have a fairly decent day today on the ASX, and good to see some obviously shares making some decent gains. But we're not getting too excited. Again, I think obviously on a weekly chart we still look sort of pretty negative, and again you can see here a little bit better on a short-term chart. You know, we've obviously got a lot more to do. Like we said earlier in the week, we were expecting the Dow to a cool off this week, and I think there is a sort of downside projection on the Dow, and I think it looks to me that the Dow is selling off, and I do still think we're going to go back and possibly retest this 4,800 level. That's why we're being just a little bit cautious on stocks, a little bit about the the psychology, which in hindsight we sold a bit too soon with SMN. I just feel that two things with SMN. It's got unless they get news out in the next 2 days, it's got a classic sort of exhaustion pattern on it, and again it's just sort of I think the way it's trading, it could easily just pull back, especially if the Dow comes off again. One thing that we're not worried about Equity Story is going in and buying the stocks. We've again, if we made 100% on SMN, we can do that again. Maybe if it jumped over $2, we certainly could be a little bit more interested, and we could obviously take that next wave up. Just having a look at some of the, I had an email today. I thought it was quite an interesting one, and it's a good one to talk about. I had a question, which is better, Sydney Airports or Qantas? And Sydney Airports is a stock we've trended. It's one of our favorites, and if you actually look at that trend, it's an absolutely fantastic looking trend. Starting to slow down a bit, not getting, not really sort of bullish at the moment. Again, I mean, if you're in this company, you wouldn't want to get out of it. I think it looks absolutely stunning, and certainly if it comes down here, and it's hit there twice, 3 times in the last 2 years, it comes back down to this moving average. On the long term, we definitely be looked to getting into it and trending the stock. Whereby I think Qantas is a little bit different. For me, Qantas just has a lot of great looking chart, nothing wrong with it, but I think it's got a lot of resistance around this level. I think if Qantas can go on with it and sort of break these levels, and maybe I'd be more interested, more inclined to buy Qantas. Maybe if it came back down here to the moving average, or possibly possibly in 4 or 5 months from here, in a different time where it's a little bit easier to pick the trend. But again, you see that sort of line there, it's just got a lot of resistance. So definitely out of those 2 stocks, I really prefer obviously Sydney Airports. Just having a look at the infamous MIGME. This stock is up 11% today on it. I think only about 80 grand. It really is the most sort of, I suppose, one of the most misunderstood stocks on the ASX. I think this stock is worth, similar stocks, like I've said this in America, are worth $900 million US. These guys they've got 33 million members they're monetizing and making money from. Again, I think MIGME is a fantastic story. Again, there was a report out today. They had a great partnership with Crickbattle, and they're going to launch the fantasy sports for the IPL cricket. Obviously, India is a huge target market for MIGME, and cricket's obviously a great way to get people to the website. Just having a look at QMS. We did say QMS yesterday. We really liked the trend, and actually it did a lot of good stuff today. It sort of it came up and it's got a nice little buy signal form. So I think definitely if QMS is part of what we call those 3 amigos, those outdoor media stocks, and again it looks very, 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 very strong. Just also having a look at 2 other stories that I think are interesting is ORE. Now, I got a lovely member, and she called me today and she said, Dave, ORE is a little bit down. What you've got to do is not sort of, when you're trading these stocks, is not sort of worry too much if it's down a few, a few pips from, $3. Maybe if she got in there, or I don't know. But what you've got to look is just a long-term chart, and if you actually look at that chart, it's an absolutely fantastic chart. It's absolutely stunning, and it's doing all the right things. And again, you would expect it could come back as far as 280, and it's still really bullish. 280 is on a 20-day moving average. So it's very important, I think, to not panic and understand how shares move. And for me, this stock is definitely, just at the moment, possibly just kind of play around here for a while until she turns up, and most probably just waiting for a little bit of news. And again, Eden Energy, here's a short-term chart. I mean, Eden Energy should, if you're actually looking at stocks, and it could easily come back down to 10 cents before it makes that next move up. I don't think it'll go all the way to 10 cents, but it definitely could come back to 11 cents or 11.5 cents before it starts turning up and making the next move up. I think these, like Eden Energy is a fantastic story. There's no reason why this stock one day is not going to be a lot higher. So it's a fantastic story. I wouldn't, with something like Eden Energy, worry too much about the charts again, because it's there's not much volume in these stocks, and when like today, it's come down on hardly any volume, and so in some ways, I think just got to follow the story with these little these 10 baggers. As obviously the Hazer Group, again, it's a fantastic little story. Hazer Group, if you don't know it, please go to the website. What a chart, and again, what a fantastic short-term chart. Again, looks absolutely stunning. Just having a quick look at the buy signals. Again, BKL is up another 3.25%. What a great call that was. In a week the market's down. These guys are up 9%. As TNE, absolutely stunning call, looks really good. And as do all the bullish shares looking really good. All the ones we said are negative, some are obviously jumping up today, but they're all down, I think, pretty heavily overall this week. And again, 1, 2, 3 stocks hitting record lows today. So again, those weekly buy and sell signals doing their job and giving us really good guidance. I'd just like to obviously thank you for listening to Equity Story. Tomorrow I'm at the tech show, and what we'll try and do is there's 2 stocks that we are really interested in putting on, and they're presenting at the tech show. So hopefully it's going to give us a lot of inspiration in the next week or so to come up with some new exciting little 10 baggers. Anyway, I'd like to thank you for listening to Equity Story, and I look forward to bringing this report tomorrow night.